In the last class, we have discussed the properties of steam. Just we have started the chapter and we have discussed what is ice, what is water, what is steam and how it is produced. And during the formation of steam, we have known that there is sensible heat, there is latent heat of evaporation. So, when the water is heated from 0 degree centigrade to its boiling point temperature or the saturation temperature keeping constant pressure, the amount of heat is known as the sensible heat or enthalpy is known as the sensible heat. Similarly, when the water is heated from its saturation point to its dry saturation point, then the amount of heat absorbed by the water is known as the latent heat of evaporation and that is termed as the HFG. So, at the initial stage of latent heat of evaporation, the water is completely water, there is no steam. It will just start and at the end there will be no water, only steam. So, during this process there will be some water and there will be some steam. So, that is the combination of water particles in suspensions and steam, and such type of steam was known as the wet steam. And after converting all the water into the steam, we got the dry and saturated steam and that is at point C. And beyond that, if we shall again heat the water, again heat the dry saturated steam, then the temperature as well as the enthalpy gradually increases. And the dry and saturated steam will be converted into the superheated steam. So, during this process, the pressure will remain constant and enthalpy and temperature gradually increases. So, at point D, the steam is superheated steam. So, the steam produced during B and to C is wet steam and it is the combination of water particle and steam. Let in between B and C there is a point X, and at point X we have some quantity of water particle and we have some quantity of steam. Let mg kg is the amount of steam particle and mf kg is the amount of water particle present at point X. So, the total mass of the wet steam at X will be equal to mg plus mf and that is equal to m. So, there is a term here, dryness fraction, let it be small x. So, the dryness fraction can be defined as the ratio between the mass of the dry steam to the mass of total wet steam. So, x is equal to mg by mg plus mf. So, the dryness fraction of a steam at any point can be calculated by using this equation, that is x is equal to mg by mg plus mf. So, let us find out the value of x at point B and at point C. At point B, the value of mg, that is the mass of dry steam, is 0 because it will just start. It is only water. So, the x will be equal to 0 by 0 plus mf because only water is there. So it will be x will be equal to 0. Similarly, at point C, the value of mf is equal to 0. That is, there is no water particle. So x will be equal to mg by mg plus 0. That is equal to 1. So the dryness fraction, the value of dryness fraction of x varies from 0 to 1 from B to C. Hence, the value of x varies from 0 to 1. So, the dryness fraction of a wet steam may be defined as the ratio between the mass of dry steam to the total mass of the wet steam at the point proposed. The steam produced at point C don't contain any water particle, and hence it is known as the dry and saturated steam. On further heating of the dry and saturated steam, all the steam will be converted into the superheated steam, but the process should be at constant pressure. So, on further heating of a dry and saturated steam at constant pressure, the superheated steam is produced. The superheated steam behaves like a gas. It obeys all the gas laws. Hence, we can treat the superheated steam as a gas, and also we can apply all the gas laws to the superheated steam, but remember, not to the wet steam. Wet steam cannot be treated as a gas, so we cannot apply the gas laws to the wet steam. The temperature of the superheated steam gradually increased as we increase the enthalpy or heating process. So, at point D, the temperature of the superheated steam is T super, and the saturation temperature of the steam is T saturation. So, the amount of heat required to rise the temperature of dry steam to its superheated steam at D, that is known as the H super, and H super is known as the heat of superheat, and the temperature difference between T super and T saturation, that is T super minus T saturation, is known as the degree of superheat. So, the degree of superheat is nothing but the temperature difference between the superheated temperature to the saturation temperature of a superheated steam. So, the total enthalpy H super we can calculate by using the gas laws, and sensible heat we can calculate by mCv T2 minus T1, and the value of HFG and everything that we can get it from the steam table. Let the total heat of the wet steam at point X is 1 kg of water. So, when we shall use the mass is 1 kg, then we can term it as the specific heat. So, the specific heat at point X will be equal to HF plus XHFG. So, again I can tell the enthalpy of the wet steam at point X can be written as HF plus XHFG, where HF is the sensible heat of the water and X is the dryness fraction at point X, and HFG is the latent heat of evaporation. So, H, that is the total heat at point X, can be written as HF plus XHFG.